What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the James Torrillo Show. I'm James Torrillo, here with my guy Rune. What's up, dude? Happy birthday, first of all. Taking your time
Thank
out of
you.
your birthday to record with me, so thank you for that. Happy birthday. Plans for
Thank
tonight or
you.
like that?
Just dinner.
Nice.
Pretty
Very nice.
much it.
Very nice. And you were at a hockey game yesterday, you told me?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Very nice. Well, hockey's on the Olympic break, football season's come to an end, basketball's on the All-Star break, but baseball is right around the corner, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So the Dodgers have made a few moves that we gotta go over. We re-signed my guy Kike Hernandez. He's back in Dodger blue. Do we want to talk about that first? We'll discuss Kike.
I think that was pretty expected. I mean, we kind of just went into the offseason, even though he was free agent, we kind of just expected come spring training time, whenever he'll be a Dodger. I really personally
Mhm.
didn't see him anywhere else, and I didn't see us kind of forcing him out, especially for as much as he's done for this team, and I didn't see him struggling to make a roster spot or anything. So
Mhm.
I mean, not much to say about that there. It was pretty expected. I don't know how you feel about it, but
Did they say how much his contract was worth,
I
or
I
did they just
haven't
say they're signing him
personally
back to a
seen
one-year
any
deal?
specifics, but I doubt it's anything expensive.
Right.
So, I mean, that's
I'd say
a
anything under
plus.
5 mil.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, we got Kike Hernandez back. He'll probably be, every other day guy, play against lefties like he always is. That kind of utility guy that you can kind of put anywhere in the field as well. When Freddie was hurt last year, he even played first base a little bit. He's played every position but catcher. Hopefully that stays that way because I don't think that's anything we want to see unless we're up by 20 runs. But we did re-sign Evan Phillips as well, who I'm a big fan of. What are your thoughts on that signing?
I think it was needed, but another leverage bullpen arm. Nothing but good to say about that, man. He's going to be injured to start the year, I believe. So,
Mhm.
not the greatest thing ever, but whatever. He'll be back during the season though. So,
Yeah, he's a great reliever when he's healthy. He brings a lot to this team, especially the bullpen, because we know after last year how even though we ended up winning the World Series for a majority of the regular season, the bullpen was not good. It was kind of like I'd like to compare it to the Rams special teams. It was like the thing that was holding the team back, which yeah, I know. It's kind of
don't even bring that up.
it's true though, right? It's like the same thing, I feel like.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Right. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. I'm just saying it reminds me it's something that could have costed them, but thankfully, come October and come the World Series, you have guys coming out of the bullpen like Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell in Game 7 or Roki Sasaki, who are normally starters. So having a guy like Evan Phillips definitely helps because you need a guy who's actually a reliever, unlike Roki Sasaki's a starter. Glasnow, Snell, they're starters. Even Kershaw, I know he was retired now, but even he was a starter. We didn't have many actual relief pitchers coming out of the bullpen in the postseason. So having Evan Phillips back, if he can stay healthy, and maybe guys like Tanner Scott and Blake Trinan can get back on track this year, and now having Edwin Diaz as well, it's looking pretty good, even in the bullpen. So just gotta hope they can stay healthy.
Yeah,
So
and kind of speaking of that,
mm,
you wanna know why I think one of the main reasons we won game 7 of the World Series was?
why is that?
It's because every single pitcher that pitched for the Dodgers in that game was a starter.
Exactly.
I forgot
And
who started that game off. I think it was
it was
Glasnow that
Shohei.
started. It was
It was
Shohei. Yeah,
Shohei.
it was Shohei that started that one out. Then Glasnow came in. Then it was Snell, and then Yoshi to close it out, as we all know and love.
Of
So,
course.
but it's a new season.
It is a new season, but that's something you can do in Game 7 of the World Series. It's not something you can do really any other game besides that. You know, it's not obviously. I don't mean to state the obvious, but we're not going to see Shohei pitch in the glass now. Snell and Yamamoto come in for relief, which is why it's important to have guys like Evan Phillips and even our new closer Edwin Diaz, and even guys like I just mentioned, Tanner Scott, Blake Trinan. I think hot take. I think Tanner Scott is going to bounce back and have a good season this year. He had one bad year. He had one bad year. It was bad. It was bad. I know,
It
but it was
wasn't. It
one
wasn't
bad
bad. It
year.
wasn't bad. It was awful.
It was. It was. It was.
I wouldn't even give it the credit of saying it was bad. I would just say it was a dumpster fire.
I I agree, but you got to keep in mind it's one season. He's
Yeah.
been a lights out closer his whole career leading up to that, whether that was in Miami or the little stint he had in San Diego where he tried to take us down in 2024. He had Shohei's number that whole series. That was crazy. And now he comes to us, has the worst year of his career so far, but it's only up from here for I don't mean to jinx it, knock on wood, but it can't get worse. So I I gotta give Tanner Scott some credit. Gotta have his back a little bit. I think he's gonna bounce back. He's gonna be a very important part of this bullpen and this team in 2026. Um, we also had another guy extended or whatever you want to call it. That is Max Muncy. Max Muncy has been extended through 2027 with an option for 2028. What are your thoughts?
Making sure he retires as a Dodger. I like it. Also, another reason why the Dodgers won that game 7. So you really can't complain there. He's
Yeah.
shown that he's been a good piece. He's struggled offensively at some points, but no, he's solid. And that's my third baseman. I love it.
Yeah, that's right. And like you said, he was a huge part of that game 7, which I feel like that goes so unnoticed. He
Yeah.
had 3 hits that game, including a home run in the 8th inning, and I feel like nobody talks about it. That he was, without him, if he goes 2 for 5, let alone, instead of 3 for 5, we probably don't win the World Series, which is crazy. So, I'm a big Max Muncy guy, always have been. The only thing that kinda drives me crazy is when he's kinda like how Chris Taylor was, where if they're in a slump, they're really in a slump. Like, they're either on fire, he'll hit, like, 5 home runs in the span of 7 games, and then he'll go, like, a month without hitting a home run. Like, that's just kinda how he is sometimes, which is a little annoying, but one thing I would like to say about him is that his defense at third base has definitely gotten better. At the beginning of last year, he was one of the worst defensive third basemen in the league. And now MLB Network ranked him the second best third baseman in all of Major League Baseball this year. I think he was only behind Machado, or he was either behind Machado or Jose Ramirez. I'm surprised he's ahead of one of them, but he was behind only one person because I know he was second. So yeah, he has his contract extended through 2027 with an option for 2028. Do you think that's it for Muncy after this contract ends, or do you think he gets extended more? Maybe he goes somewhere else. Do you think he plays more baseball or no?
I think he's done personally. I think that
Mhm.
this extension was done to kind of make sure that he plays for the Dodgers for the rest of his career, and then he kind of just finishes. But you never know. Baseball, you see a lot of people playing baseball for longer than they do playing sports like football because football is more, of course, it's more physically demanding. That's why you saw Vince Carter play like a
Yeah.
quarter century or
Yeah.
however long he played. Like that was crazy.
Yeah. It's
But
true. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I think Muncy retires as a Dodger, and whether he gets another year extension or if this contract is it, I I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing about all these guys getting re-signed and, the signings that we discussed in last episode, like Kyle Tucker, Edwin Diaz, I want to focus mainly on the offensive aspect of this team for a second. This lineup is stacked. We all know that. But I want to know what your thoughts would be on what a potential lineup could look like. Now, I think maybe we can both give our projected lineup, and then we can give what we'd want the lineup to be if it's any different. So maybe we could think like Dave Roberts for a second and think what the lineup will be, and then think of what our lineup would be ourselves if we were the managers of the LA Dodgers. So I do want to say one thing. I don't know if we mentioned it in the last episode after the signing of Kyle Tucker, but Dave Roberts mentioned that Kyle Tucker is going to be batting top 3 in this lineup, which is kind of interesting because who's going to get bumped out of the top 3? Who do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be Mookie, Freddie? I'm assuming it wouldn't be Shohei. So who do you think gets bumped out of the top 3 for Kyle Tucker?
It's kind of hard because both Mookie and Freddie have shown that they can get hot, but they've also shown that they can be really cold. And it was especially apparent with Mookie last year, dealing with that kind of bizarre sickness to start the year and
Mhm.
lost like 20 pounds or something. He had an off year, and I mean, it sucks to see from him. I think he'll have a bounce back year, even though he was still pretty good last year. Um, I I don't know, it's kinda hard because no, I think Mookie will get bumped down.
Mhm.
He could potentially make his way back up, but
Right.
because you gotta keep in mind there is 160 games, so there's gonna be plenty of opportunity to move up and lineup, move down. Like, it's not just gonna be one set lineup for the whole year. So,
Of course. Of
if I
course.
had to guess, I'd probably have to go Freddie at the 3. But what are your
Okay.
thoughts on that?
I think Freddie's gonna get bumped out of the top 3. I don't want it to happen, but I think is gonna. I could just see that being something that we would be complaining about, like, in April, because there's only so much you can complain about being a Dodgers fan, and I don't mean to say that to be arrogant, it's just the truth. I feel like that's one of the things we're gonna be complaining about where it's like, what is Roberts doing? Like, you gotta be kidding. Why is Freddie Freeman batting 4th? Why is he batting 5th? Like, but at the same time, there's so much talent in this lineup that I wouldn't be surprised if Freddie's batting 4th because Roberts loves to go righty-lefty, right? So if Tucker is lefty and he's batting in the top 3, Shohei's going to be batting in the top 3. So if Freddie's also in the top 3, that means your top 3 hitters are all lefties. I'd be very surprised if Roberts does that. I think he goes Shohei leadoff, Mookie second, Tucker third. I think he even goes maybe Will Smith fourth, Freddie fifth. This is not what I want. I'm just trying to predict what he would do because he loves going righty lefty. I think Tucker should be batting fifth, and I think Freddie should be third. That's just me personally. And then I think if you have Freddie fifth, you go Teo six, Muncy seven, Edmund eight, Pajes slash Kim ninth, and then Kike off the bench and some other guys as well. So that's what I think the lineup is going to look like. What I want the lineup to look like, I want Mookie batting leadoff again. I know that sounds, I know it sounds weird because it's like, well, we just won back-to-back World Series with Shohei batting leadoff. But think of all the times Shohei Ohtani hit home runs this year. How many of those were solo home runs? A lot. If you can have him bat second or third, and you put Mookie in front of him, maybe Tucker or Freddie in front of him too, and you have him bring in all these runs with that would be solo homers if he was batting leadoff, turn into 2-run shots, maybe even 3-run shots, depending on where he's hitting. It's perfect. It would be absolutely perfect. And I think Mookie should be batting leadoff. I think you go Shohei 2, Freddie 3, Smith 4, Tucker 5, Teo 6, Muncy 7, Edmund Kim 9. That's my dream lineup for the Dodgers. I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but I do want to hear yours. Where would you put all these guys in the lineup if you were the manager of the Dodgers, if you were Dave Roberts?
You see, I wouldn't put Kyle Tucker in the top 3 to start out the season. I
Hmm.
would probably keep him either at 4 or 5 because he still needs to prove something. I mean, this is going to be his first year in Dodger blue, so you got to see how it works out. And some people start the season hot, people start the season cold. So I'll start from the top, obviously. I think Shohei will lead off. Is
Hmm.
it the best thing? I don't know. I don't disagree with your idea of having Mookie lead off. You did see that a couple times last year.
Hmm.
Um, but I think Shohei will lead off. I think you'll have. Is this what I want the lineup to be, or what do I think the
What
lineup's
you
gonna
want
be?
it to be.
Oh, so I'd put. I think I'm not gonna have to go with your idea here. I think I would have Mookie at lead off.
Hmm.
I'd have Shohei at 2. Freddie at 3, and then I'm thinking Will Smith at 4, Tucker at 5, Muncy at 6, Teo 7. Did I say Muncy already?
Yeah, you said Muncy at 6, so
Yeah,
you would put Muncy and Tucker back to back?
think
I
so.
like it. I don't mind it.
Yeah, Teo at 7, Pajes slash or no, Edmund at 8, and then Pajes, Kim, just insert utility player here at 9.
That'd be perfect. And I think the best part about it is like you want to go righty-lefty because
Yeah.
nowadays it's like guys will bring in pitchers for you have to bring them in for 3 hitters and you don't want them to all be lefties or all righties in a row. So you want to mostly go righty-lefty, but I don't think the whole lineup has to be like that. Like you and I both had Shohei and Freddie batting 2-3, who are both lefties. I don't see that as a problem, honestly. I don't. You also had Tucker and Muncy batting 5 and 6, who are both lefties. I don't see that as a big problem. I don't. And the thing is, I think Roberts and look, I hate to critique the guy who's, managed this team to 3 championships in 6 years. But I feel like sometimes he tries too hard to do the platoon lineup, the righty lefty, to the point where you'll have a guy who's batting like, let's say Teoscar Hernandez is batting 6th in this lineup, right? And he's on fire. He's like at the end of May, he's batting 300. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically. He's batting 300. He's got, 15 home runs, and he's on fire. He can't still be batting 6. You got to move him up. So, and I think sometimes he won't do that just because he wants to keep the righty-lefty. But I don't see it as a bad thing having 2 lefties or 2 righties in a row if they're 2 of your best hitters. Like, I think Shohei and Freddie are their 2 best hitters, so I think they should be 2 and 3. And then you get Mookie to lead off and get on base for them. I don't think that's ridiculous at all. Another good thing about it is that Edman is a switch hitter, so you could put him literally wherever, and he can play any position, basically. He can play second, short, third, outfield. You can basically put him anywhere. He's pretty much the modern-day version of Chris Taylor, how he was in the 2010s for us. It's just Chris Taylor reborn 10 years later. So, or not even 10 years. They actually played together for a
Chris
little bit.
Taylor with somewhat of a bat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Chris Taylor had a
No,
bat
he
for
used to,
part of his
he used
career.
to hit the hell out of that thing, and then he just he just fell off a cliff.
That's what I was saying before, like how it's like with Muncy, like if they're slumping, it's like, oh my gosh, they can't hit a beach
Yeah.
ball. Like it's crazy. I love Chris Taylor. One of my honestly probably top 10 favorite Dodger of all time for me. Loved him. His walk off against the Cardinals in 2021 was
Oh,
electric in the
that's
wild
that's
game.
one of my favorite moments.
That was incredible. Still think we should have won it all that year. I know I sound spoiled because we just won back to back,
Yeah.
but I do think we should have won in 2021. But he was a big part of that team. He was an all-star, and now I'm not saying Edman needs to be an all-star this year, but I'm hoping Edman can play the Chris Taylor role of, hey, we're going to put you here in the field. Okay, we're going to put you here in the field. We're going to put you here in the field. We're going to put you at the end of the lineup. Go bat righty or go bat lefty, depending on who's throwing. Boom. Basically Chris Taylor, but he's a switch hitter. Perfect. And then at 9, I would have Kim playing over Pajes depending on how they do in spring training. I think spring training should be a very big part of maybe a little bit of a competition to see who's the starting center fielder or the starting second baseman. Because Edmund and Kim can both play second and center field. Pajes can only play center. Obviously, he's not a second baseman. So I think that kind of makes me want to put Kim and Edmund over Pajes in the lineup, especially knowing that Pajes slumped 2 or 3 different times last year, including in the postseason. Would you agree and say that Kim deserves to be in the lineup over Pajes, or would you disagree with that?
I think I think spring training will be kind of the deciding factor. That I think it's too soon to really make a decision on that. I think if I had to be choosing right now, probably be Pajes, just based on what they had last year. But you do bring up a good point there. I mean, Pajes slumped a couple of times, and it was pretty frustrating, especially in the playoffs when you kind of had guys on base, and you're like, "Paz, we need this hit out of you, man. We need to get some runs on the board." And then it's just a strikeout, swing in, or a weak grounder. Yeah. But I think you're right. I think there will be a little bit of a competition, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kim comes out and is your starting center fielder.
You could even put Edmund in center and put Kim at second, honestly. You could
See, yeah,
switch
you can
them.
do. People don't even think about that. You can do that.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I think maybe they get the edge over Pajes just because Pajes can't play second like they can. But if Pajes is hitting well like he was for a good part of the season, then it's different. So I would have Kim start depending on how it goes in spring training. But speaking of spring training, we're only, a week away until the Dodgers' first spring training game? I think it's February 21st. So
think that's yeah.
am I correct with that? I think it's
I think
February
so.
21st.
First spring training game.
First spring training game. First spring training game, February 21st, I believe it is. They'll have played it by the next episode of the James Torrillo Show comes out. I'm excited. Another thing I did want to talk about, speaking of spring training, I'm a huge hat guy. Huge, you and I are both huge like jersey collectors and stuff, but I also love collecting hats, especially Dodgers hats. How do we feel about the Dodgers spring training hats with the flower on it? I want to hear your thoughts first. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah. How do you feel about them?
If I had to change one thing about it, I'd probably get rid of the white bill. But I mean, besides that, even with the white bill, they don't even look that bad. My brother's a big hat guy, just like you are. He tried to find one, and he can't find one anywhere. But
Really?
they're really nice. They're really nice. I think they're gonna look well in the games. They do wear them in the games, right?
In spring training, they do. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they look good. I
yeah,
think so at least.
I think they're going to be really popular because they kind of look like all those hats that people wear. That like how people wear like Dodgers and Yankees hats when they don't root for the teams. It's like different colors and there's like a flower on it or something.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
kind of reminds me of that, which is why I think they're going to be so popular because it's like for style. But if you're on the diamond, I feel like you shouldn't have a flower on your hat. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I feel like that's a little weird. Does it look kind of cool? Like if I were to collect one, yeah, I'd like, don't get me wrong, I'd wear it. It's a Dodgers hat. But I feel like without the flower and just the Script D logo and the white brim, blue cap, and the Cactus League logo over here, which is really nice, I think that would be nice. But I mean, it's a hat for spring training. Who cares? But it's just something to be interested in. I think another thing that we have to talk about for uniforms, did the Dodgers accidentally leak the gold jerseys and hats, or do you think they did that on purpose to kind of give us a sneak peek with the Dave Roberts bobblehead?
I don't think they did it on purpose, but I don't think they really care.
Hmm.
Oh, I mean, but the gold jerseys that, we saw are pretty much the same exact thing as the 2020 ones, right?
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
blue
except
with the gold
the hat's
outline.
different. I don't like the gold bill on the hat. Call me picky. I don't have you've seen the
No.
hat, right?
Yeah. I agree. I'm gonna agree with you on this. I don't love the gold uh brim. I think maybe it's, and this is gonna sound so arrogant, but like they're the first team since we the MLB's been doing gold uniforms after the like 2015, like after you win the World Series, you have gold uniforms for opening day the next year. We're the first team to do it a third time. So it's kind of hard to come up with anything different. So I'm not gonna complain about the gold brim just because like what else are they gonna do at this point? They already did the gold outline on the logo, then they did the gold logo, they did the gold this thing, the gold logo on the back. Now they do a gold brim. I don't I don't mind it. I'll probably buy one. They have the 2 stars right here, which I'm assuming are for the
Yeah.
to represent the back-to-back
Yeah,
titles.
that's probably the coolest part right there
I
is the 2
agree.
stars.
And is the logo gold too? I think it is, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. And then the uniforms would basically be the 2020 gold
Yeah.
uniforms, which I was a big fan of.
Yeah, Imma need to
I
buy
would
one.
like
Imma
that.
need to buy a jersey.
Yeah, I would like that. It's
Even
a
did you check the World Baseball Classic jerseys?
I did not.
200. 200, yeah. Yeah, 200. I was looking you see that face. Yeah, I was gonna look at getting, like, maybe, like, a Kershaw one or, like, a Will Smith one.
Mhm.
$200. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm good," and I already have a World Baseball Classic Mookie Betts one from, like, a couple
Oh,
years
do
ago,
you?
so yeah.
That's sick. What was he, number 3?
Yeah.
That's sick. That's sick. I've always wanted to get a Team Italy jersey, but there's never any Dodgers on Team Italy. So it's like, who am I gonna get a jersey of? You know? And
You can just get, like,
USA
a
now
blank one.
I could. That's true. That's true. Because baseball is one of the sports where you can actually get a
Yeah,
blank jersey,
yeah.
you know,
Are
that
you,
and hockey.
playing for Team Italy for the
Of course, the World Wiffle Ball
wiffle thing?
Classic. Yes, sir.
I'm
Of
Imma need to
course.
tune into that. That might be fun to watch.
Yeah. That would be great. It starts March 7th. That's gonna be a lot of
Sweet.
fun. But no, I'm so excited that Kershaw's playing for Team USA. Like that's awesome. Like obviously I'll root for USA if they're playing, but now like I really, really have a reason to root for them because adding UBC champion to his resume before he retires would just be epic. Do you think we'll see him in there a good amount, or he'll just be like a emergency kind of guy?
He's probably just kind of an emergency guy.
Mhm.
I don't really see him having a real serious role. He may
Mhm.
come in, he might have a appearance or two, but I mean, he's more on it as like an emergency guy, like you said, kind of just like a coach,
Right.
honestly. Kind of just like a mentor, veteran guy for the clubhouse. I think it's a positive thing that he's there though.
Yeah. Absolutely. Is he? I would assume they're letting him wear 22 for the World Baseball Classic. I would assume nobody's going to take Clayton Kershaw's number. I would have to assume. You
Yeah,
looked at the jerseys, which is why I'm asking.
I think he's wearing number 22.
Okay.
I could be mistaken. I don't know. I'll look after this.
The James Torrillo Show will be live the day after every Dodgers game. Maybe not live, but we're going to be recording an episode the day after every game. It'll be up probably 12 o'clock Pacific time. So that'll be great. Rune's gonna join me whenever he can. The days he can't, I'll still be doing it. I'll be doing it the day after every game. So 162 episodes plus playoffs, assuming they make it there, which I sure hope they do. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to be excited about. Some signings that we went over: the Kike signing, the Phillips signing, the Muncy extension, and of course, last episode, if you want to check it out, we mentioned the Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker signings as well. It's been a very busy offseason. Rune, I gotta ask you, now that Kershaw has retired, who's your favorite Dodger on the team right now?
You see, it's kinda I don't really have, like, a set favorite, which kinda annoys
Mhm.
me because my brother's set favorite is Kike. He's always liked Kike. Mine kinda just goes with who's hot and who's not, I think. Depending on how Edwin Diaz does, I think
Mm,
that might have to be my guy, but at the same time, I thought if
I
Tanner
like
Scott
it.
was that dude last year, he was gonna have to be my guy.
I don't think that'll happen with Diaz. I don't think
I
that's
think
gonna
if I have
happen.
to pick a favorite, like a favorite right now, it's either Will Smith or Miguel Rojas.
Mickey Rowe,
So,
there we
Miguel,
go.
dude, I hope they have his gold jersey. I'll buy one. I'll buy one so quick.
That would be tough. I have a gold one from last year of Yamamoto, but I got it after we won this year because I found it online for like $50, and
Dude,
it's
the
it's pretty
Yamamoto
nice.
ones for this year are probably gonna get sold out in like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Guaranteed.
Those and Shohei, obviously.
Yeah.
Those will be gone in 2 seconds. I'd like to see them make Kershaw ones just because he was still on the 2025 team. I would like to see them make one of him. That would be really cool, but we'll have to wait and see. Spring training right around the corner. Rune, any last thoughts?
So spring training goes well. No injuries, no setbacks, and hopefully 100% healthy and ready for another action-packed season. Three-peats on my mind.
That's right. We got 2 already. May as well ruin baseball even more.
Yeah.
Let's go win
Two's
another.
not enough. Two's not enough. We need
2 is
another.
not enough. We need
Need
3.
another.
We need 3. We're spoiled. We're
Yes, we
spoiled.
are.
But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you're a Dodgers fan or a Los Angeles sports fan, or you're just a baseball fan in general and you like watching this, please consider subscribing to the JT Sports Network, JTSN. We'd really appreciate it. And Rune, let them know where they can find you, man.
I post majority Rams content over on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all at Rams Active. That's capital R in Rams, capital A in Active. Just Rams news and just content and general stuff. Kind of going to slow down because it's the off season, obviously. But this logo might go away, so that's kind of
Yeah.
what's been hyping me up recently. But yep,
And maybe new
Rams
unis?
Active.
New unis, maybe?
I might buy all of them.
Are they definitely coming out with new uniforms?
That was what was leaked first, and then the dude doubled down and said we might get rid of or change both our logos. So
That'd be nuts. A whole nother rebrand
yeah,
for the second
yeah.
time in 5 years? That's crazy.
It's not like a huge rebrand because it went like the Coliseum thing. It was like this to like this, and it was like a whole new thing, and it was like the
True.
SoFi era, and it was like a massive just flip of the switch. And now, I think, did you see like the leak of like the plush toy things?
No, I didn't.
They leaked the Titans new logo on like a $15 like little like plush football thing, and they had one where the
Huh.
Rams logo was just this but just like solid yellow. So I don't know.
Mm,
There's been Rams solid yellow stuff on like a bunch of other things, but I don't think that's going to be the logo. If it is, it's cool, I guess, but
yeah, that's
we'll have to
interesting.
wait and see. We'll have to wait like 2 months probably.
We'll have to wait and see. The Dodgers are coming out with the new gold uniform that we got to wait on and a new hat. And you saw, right before we wrap things up, you saw maybe a leaked alternate uniform that's blue on some
Yeah.
website that you sent me. Can
It
you tell
was
us a little bit about
I'm
that?
pretty sure it was like Fanatics Korea or something. I don't know.
Mm,
Something like that. But he'll put a picture up on the screen here. It's just pretty much kind of what he's got in the background there. It's just a alternate
yeah,
blue uniform, but it is a new concept. You don't see Guggenheim anywhere. You just kind of see the Dodgers script there on the sleeve.
I like that.
But no, I dig it. If it's like a road alternate or something like that, I'm with it. It's cool.
I've always wanted the Dodgers to bring back a road alternate blue jersey like this one right
Yeah.
here. This says Dodgers on it, but the one you sent me says Los Angeles on it. I think that'd be awesome. And then instead of obviously you would have this patch, the 2025 World Champs, and instead of this logo, it would say Dodgers in script, like their old
Yeah.
road one used to say. I think that would be
Yes.
perfect. I think that'd be so sick. So hopefully they can bring that back. We got a lot of stuff to be excited about, and the back-to-back champs are going for the three-peat, and they'll be back very soon. So by next episode, spring training will be underway. Like I said, if you guys can subscribe to this channel for all Dodgers, Rams, Lakers content, please do so, and have a wonderful day. Go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.